What up, Aries? I feel like I've done a lot of Aries readings lately. But y'all did have the top views and likes on the last video, so it is what it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the 12 signs again, starting with you, Aries. What up, you guys? Empress of Duality here. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to do an Aries general reading. Almost said love reading. I don't know. Maybe that's got something to do with it. We'll find out. So for those of you that are new, first off, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know every time I upload a new video, go live. The way this kind of works is I tap into the collective of Aries. Really, I tap into the beautiful souls that will find this video. Fuck all the other Aries. Like, I ain't got time for them, okay? Y'all show up for me, I show up for you guys. That's how we're gonna do it. Plus, that way, you know, it is more specialized for you guys that find the videos rather than just tapping into the entire collective of Aries, right? And I like to start off with some channeled messages. Channeled messages meaning messages straight from spirit. Messages from the higher selves of you guys watching the video. It's like I have a little talk with your higher selves and they fill me in on what's been going on. They bring through messages of healing, love, confirmation, and the utmost clarity that spirit can bring at this time for you guys. So with that being said, what up, spirit? Let's fuck it up. So Aries, I did get an interesting message and I'm curious to see where we are led today. So we'll start off with the channel messages and then we'll pull some tarot cards, get a little more details. So Aries, it's quite interesting, and I'm not sure how to interpret it completely yet, but I'm going to share with you what I got, and then we'll see how it plays out. But there is something that you have on that is attracting the same people and circumstances over and over again. It's like you could move to a completely different country, and those kinds of people, those situations will find you, okay? And I was sitting outside talking to spirit, meditating on your energy, and oh my God. This bug, man, they call them like spruce bugs here. And it landed, I'm like meditating, you know, talking to spirit, tapping into y'all's energy, and it landed on my head. And I felt something tickle in my hair, but like I didn't know it was a fucking bug in my hair. So like I go to like just like pat my head and it latches onto my finger and I'm like, ah, like fucking freaked out, threw it on the ground. Then I felt bad because like I smacked that bitch to the porch, like boom, okay. So whatever, I kept it rolling, you know, kept talking to spirit. And then like, as soon as I kind of had forgotten about the bug, what happens? It comes and it lands on my head again, and I flick it off again. I'm like, God damn, like, fuck. And then after that, what happened was I got a little paranoid. I was like, this bug keeps landing on my hair and my head. Like, I'm like looking around like, where you at, bitch? Like, you ain't getting me again. Like, right? Like a paranoid kind of energy. I'm like, nuh-uh. Like, it ain't happening again. Well, it happened again. But this time, I was beginning to notice that the spruce bug was part of your channeled message. So I was like, oh, okay. So what's really going on here? Like, what is this trying to tell me energetically, right? And then after that, you know, I'm kind of just listening to spirit. I stopped looking for the bug, and then it landed on my paper where I was writing your messages. Just right here on my paper. And I'm like holding my paper up, looking at it, and I'm like, ugh. Like, oh, damn. I love all creatures, but you fucking ugly. Like, ugh. Had like the long little Oops, what are those things? I know they ain't antlers. Fucking, y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? Had these long little antennas. I mean, they were huge. And I asked Danny, because he was working on the truck beside me. I was like, what? I was like, what is this bug right here? Like, what is this bug? And he was like, oh shit. He was like, watch out, watch out. Like, those are the spruce bugs that'll bite you and they'll take a chunk out of you and it hurts. And I'm like, oh, okay, like, dump it off my paper then. And let's see. So then Spirit was like, that's the rap that that bug has. Like, it's known as the bug that's gonna come in, bite the shit out of you, take a chunk with them, and leave you hurting, leave you bleeding. Like, that's the narrative, the belief about that bug, right? Everybody knows that to watch out for the spruce bug because they'll fuck you up, which I thought was interesting. I was like, you know, I hear all the time how like these spruce bugs, like they're ruthless, they'll bite you, you gotta watch out, and it hurts when they bite you. I'm like, it landed on me 3 times and it didn't hurt me. You know, landed in my hair and I literally like picked it up. It was holding on to my finger, could have bit me, it didn't. Landed in my hair again, I picked it up like this. The second time it landed right here, so I like went like this, threw it on the step, didn't bite me. The third time it actually didn't land in my hair this time. I even went and got a hat, y'all. I went and got a hat because I was like, ain't about it. Ain't about the bug landing in my hair. I went and got a hat and then it landed in my hair right here. And then the third time it was like, okay, I really like whatever scent she's got going on in her hair, but I'm just gonna land on her paper this time. But I just thought it was interesting, and I feel like there's something to that there's this not misconception, because it's true, it'll fucking bite you, right? But there's something here, there's some kind of hidden message with this spruce bug that's like, it does have a bad rap, right? People are resistant to it, people don't like it, people don't fuck with it, people don't want anything to do with it. But it was also today showing me that even though it has this bad rap, you know, it can bring you messages. It can be a sign from the universe if you're open to receiving it, you know. So the spiritual meaning of the spruce bug, and this is kind of, I looked it up, but I also reworded it to fit what I was hearing from Spirit. My ear's doing that thing again. The spiritual meaning of the spruce bug is a deep trust in the spiritual realm. Things aren't always as they appear, and our own judgments can stand in our own way. The spruce bug has massive potential to create change in your life, but the seizing of this change lies within the individual's willingness to trust something bigger than themselves, and to have the courage and inner power to make the best decision for yourself. Otherwise, this spruce bug may wreak havoc in your life. If you are not willing to change, spruce bug can make your life feel like living hell, causing so much resistance to come to the surface and destruction along its path, until you have no choice but to make a different choice, if it isn't too late by then, or suffer the bite of the spruce bug. So, okay, hold on one second, you guys. Okay, I just needed like a half a second. Because whatever it is, Aries, and I've been feeling this since I started tapping into your energy, it's just like, I can't catch my breath. Like, literally, that's how I feel. I feel like I can't catch my breath, and it's stressful. The feeling in my body is stressful. So take that how it resonates. it almost feels like I'm running from something, running from the spruce bug, doing everything that I can to avoid it, to avoid its change, to avoid its truth, to avoid it shattering to avoid it shattering the delusion in my head of a certain person. It feels like that. It feels like the spruce bug is representing a person in your life. For some of you, I feel like your spruce bug is someone that has massive potential to help you change your life. Because I feel like you have been on this constant kind of turmoil, struggle, man, paranoia, stress, emotional overwhelm, insecurity, uncertainty. It's just been like diving into this journey of your shadow is how it feels. And I feel like this spruce bug in your life represents someone that can incredibly change your circumstances, assist you in changing the dynamic, the environment that you've been in. But there's some story in your head, there's some idea about this person that causes resistance within you. And I feel like it's even turned into a distortion where like you have a distorted image of this person. Maybe you think that they're against you. You think that they're judging you. You feel like they think that they're better than you and, you need to catch up type shit. I don't know. But what I'm feeling from this person is that they're not triggering you, or you don't feel resistance to them because of who they are. You feel resistant to them because of the change that they would inflict in your life if you gave them the chance. Okay? That's what I'm feeling. So, let's see. Aries. But baby, there's anything I can tell you when it comes to making choices in life, is that sometimes you have to pause. You gotta find the stillness of spirit to receive higher perspective, to receive the path of least resistance, to receive that there is someone here that was divinely guided to assist you to shifting your current circumstances. So I kind of want to do these. Because Aries, if I'm being honest, I've been tapping into your energy quite frequently. Excuse me. And it has not shifted. It has not shifted. I feel like that's like discouraging to you, because all you want is some relief from the turmoil, from the stress. But at the same time, you have to find that willingness to change something. And I feel like that's what you're resistant to, is the change, is the journey of change. Because it's not like it happens overnight. One choice can change your circumstances. One no. One time you saying, no, I'm going to do it differently. I'm not going to go hang out with these people that all I do is numb my emotions. All I do is get into trouble. All I do is things that don't make me feel good about myself. No, I'm not going to do that this time. So one choice can change everything, but then it is a journey to really letting the old self die, letting the old life fade, and recreating an environment, a life for yourself that you've been wanting for a while now. So let's see. And I can feel you guys just so fucking angry Aries. My whole body just lit on fire. I don't know what you got going on, but you keep getting to this place of just pure rage inside. And I feel like a lot of you are taking that rage out on people, projecting that rage onto people. And specifically, I'm hearing projecting your rage onto the people that are actually trying to love you, trying to help you, but you're not willing yet to help yourself. And I know that that's challenging to hear, but have you ever questioned why you are being so mean to the people that you know love you? Why do you feel so resistant to your friends, to your family? Why do you keep running away from the people you know that are good for you and going back to your friends and that environment that sucks your soul, right? Sucks the life out of you. And Aries, I love you, but baby, this story's got to change. Okay, I can't wait to do a reading for you guys and feel the shift, man. Because it is there. It's just a matter of a choice. And I know that in your life, it seems so much more difficult than that. Whatever this choice is, whatever you got to say no to, Aries, that's what I'm feeling, baby. You gotta say no to something, and you gotta say yes to giving yourself a chance to love your life, to love yourself, to ask for help, you know? But I feel like there's so much momentum, man. There's so much momentum. There's like an incredible amount of suppression to how unfulfilled you are, that at certain points all of that suppressed energy just takes you over. And I feel like you rage the fuck out on people and like cause a whole shit show. It's almost like for some of you, I'm hearing, how do I communicate that? I'm even hearing like you talking to your family, or you talking to your twin, your whoever it is that they really hold a soft spot in your heart. There's love there. And I feel like you two have been on really opposite sides, really shitty terms, because you're doing things that they don't want to sit there and watch you hurt yourself, watch you kill yourself. You know what I'm saying? And they've almost put this boundary in place where it's like, Aries, I can't do anything else for you. You have to go get help. You have to go do this. You know what I mean? And I feel like that makes you angry in a way because you feel like they don't understand. And I'm hearing for some of you, like in the middle of that whole altercation where they're like, please just go get help, Aries. Please just stop talking to these people. Please get yourself out of this environment. I'm willing to help you. What do you need, right? I can hear you guys saying like, now this is just my fucking life. Like, I'm supposed to get drunk and I don't know how else to say this, but it's almost like you're so angry with yourself and unfulfilled with where you are that when the person that is trying to help you says anything to you about getting help, you take that anger out on them and you say really, really mean things where like, I'm never gonna be like you, Brooke. You know what I mean? You got your nice house and you got your fiance and that's all good for you, but that life isn't for me. Like, I'm supposed to be on the streets selling fucking pills, getting money, getting gang banged, like that's who I'm supposed to be, and like we're just not the fucking same. Like that, I can feel that energy there, you know. That may not be how the conversation went down, but it's that type of energy where like it's making you feel safer to pretend like you could never have what they have because you're envious of it. You want that. You want stability. You want peace. You want to be happy, you know? And the truth is, right now, whatever you're doing, it's not making you happy. And it's almost like you keep perpetuating that self-sabotage because you're not willing. You haven't found the inner courage and strength to make a different choice, even if it's hard, right? But it will set you free, this choice. It will set you free. But some of you are intimidated by the challenge of it, the challenge of changing things. You're intimidated by the change. So it's like perpetuating this loop of self-sabotage and raging out on people because of your unfulfillment. Aries, 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 baby. Baby, what is it that you need? Huh? You don't want to be in the life that you're in. You don't want help. I can hear some of you like, it'd be easier if I just died. Like, come on, Aries. That's not true. That is your pain. That's what I just heard from Spirit. That is your pain speaking. It is not the truth. It is not you. But that pain needs your attention, or it will continue to control you, to manipulate your perception of yourself in your life, to make you feel like there's no way out, so that you give up, so that you sell your soul, right? No, I said I'm gonna get some cards, but I keep getting channeled messages. I mean, it's up to you, baby, you know, and being someone that's been there. The thing is, Aries, I don't know how to say this, but you're hurting yourself and you're hurting the people that you love. Some of the things that you're doing is actually causing trauma in the people that love you. That's how challenging it is for them to feel completely hopeless, powerless. It's like for some of you, for some of them, they're just like waiting for the call where you have gotten in a wreck and you're in the hospital. They're just, it's almost like they don't know what to do, and they love you, and all they want to do is show you how important you are to them, how much your life matters, how much they miss you, since you have just up and abandoned the relationship that you had with them. All right, give me something, Spirit. We got an 8. Oh wait. We had a 9, an 8, and this breaks down to a 5. Your current energy, Aries, and what Spirit wants you to know is that it's come to an end. You know what I mean? It's come to the point where if you don't do something, if you don't change something, you could either end up in jail, you could end up physically handicapped, you can end up ruining your mind, you can end up making decisions that lead you to doing things that would hurt yourself, that would hurt other people, burning down all your bridges, right? That's what I'm seeing here with the fox spirit, is think on your feet. And then we got slow and steady wins the race, right? So it's not going to be easy, but here's the thing, Aries, that I feel like Spirit really wants you to open your eyes to, is the situation that you're in is like constant survival mode. It's constantly just trying to keep your head above water, adapting to stay alive. Scarcity mindset. You're barely eating, you're barely making it, you don't have money, you barely have people in your life. For some of you, you're selling some of the things that you love to get you money, to get you drugs, right? It's for some of you, you know, doing things to your body that are harmful and honestly cause a lot of shame inside. So you're able to be in this journey of the shadow, this living hell, and you still keep conquering it. You're still here. And for some of you, I've just heard, like, there have been many times where, like, Brooke, I don't know how I made it to the next day. Don't even remember the night before. Don't know how I have kept going. Don't know how I'm still here. Okay? It's because you're supposed to be. The journey isn't as personal as it looks. The journey that you're on does not validate who you are as a person. It's just, some things are destined. And I know that sounds shitty, but my addiction was going on that journey of just barely living, killing myself, everything in between. It was the journey that led me to everything that I have now. You know, it is a part of my journey that I get to take and share with other people that are on the same journey and be that support system, you know? Be at home, wombat spirit. Oh my God. Aries, one of the first things you need to do is, instead of going and having that drink to make yourself feel better, instead of going and leaning on a toxic relationship to not feel alone, instead of doing the drugs to numb out the suffering, when that rage hits, you should look at yourself in the mirror, or just by yourself, go somewhere by yourself and just fucking rage out. Like, scream, beat the fucking ground, cry, and then that will give you some clarity. But with all of the emotion going on, it just keeps your energy in a perpetuated survival mode, without stopping, without pausing, without taking a breath, without getting some relief, without getting some relaxation, without any peace. So the first thing that I'm hearing for you is to just kind of, you gotta find a way to express some of those emotions. And right now, you're not in the best place to be able to express those emotions with other people without, like, coming for them. You know what I mean? Some of you got kicked out of your home. Some of you have, it feels like you have lost your relationship with some of your family members. Wombat spirit, be at home. So let's read. I think the most important thing to understand here was just like in my journey, if I took a step back and I looked at all of the things that were not working in my life, it became so overwhelming and so intimidating that I didn't want to even make any changes because it felt like so much. So that kept me constricted. It kept me in the same place. It kept me in the same cycles, and it kept me in a loop of making the same choices over and over, even though it didn't work for me. Even though I was suffering inside. Even though I was killing myself. I wasn't eating. I was doing drugs. You know what I mean? I was having sex with people that I did not really want to have sex with, but I just convinced myself to do it because of whatever, right? I was lonely. You make up these stories in your head. Like, it's like the first time you do something that is not in alignment with yourself, oh, it feels so gross. Like maybe the first time you do some drugs, it's like, and I never thought I'd fucking be snorting cocaine. I never thought I'd be smoking some crack. I never thought I'd be doing this. And like, you take that first time you do it, and it's like you feel kind of shameful, you feel kind of guilty, but then you create a story in your head to make yourself feel better about it, and then it becomes easier and easier and easier to just keep doing it, to do it again, even though the first time you ever did it, you felt so bad about it inside, right? You can take that energy and you can do the same thing with a healthy decision. So the first time you say, nope, I'm not going to do the drugs today, or nope, I'm not going to do that today. I'm not going to go put myself in that environment. I'm not going to go hang out with these friends that get me in trouble. Oh, it's going to feel so bad. You're going to feel guilty. It's going to eat you up inside. You're going to be all these emotions about it. But then just like with the drugs where it got easier and easier to make that choice, same thing. It will get easier. It's just repetition, commitment. Figuring out what you want and slow and steadily taking the steps. You don't have to do it all in one day. And I think that's really important for you guys to consider. 27. Think on your feet, Fox Spirit. Be alert now, for Fox Spirit has appeared, and you are meant to move swiftly. Let this clever spirit draw out your Let this clever spirit draw out your creativity as you adjust to rapidly changing circumstances with resilience, grace, and astuteness. Fox Spirit helps you to think on your feet, using your best judgments and wits to help you slip into a more advantaged situation. Now is not the time to hesitate, but a time for swift action of the mind, a time to think outside the box and notice the many ways in which you might make a move. Aware of your surroundings and always clear on what you deserve and wish to co-create. Trust that your cleverness, guided by Fox Spirit, will serve you well. I can't breathe. It's a struggle, man. Like, I'm sitting here and it is a challenge to just be alive. That's how I feel. It feels like even breathing, which is something that used to be just natural, is hard. And I just want to go do something to distract myself. You know, I want to go. For some of you, it's like, I want to just go have a drink. I want to just go smoke, you know, because then for a little bit I can breathe. Are you camouflaging yourself to avoid intimacy? Perhaps you are being too clever for your own good and playing games to protect yourself. Being dishonest with yourself or others can become isolating and create obstacles to true connection. Fox Spirit calls you to be attuned to what is happening within you and around you so that your quick thinking and creativity can lead you to better relationships and situations. You are called to use your Fox Spirit beneficially rather than ways that keep you from experiencing what you want. Or perhaps right now you are realizing that a situation is trickier than it appears on the surface, and you are afraid to make a move in case it turns out to be a mistake. Fox Spirit is here to remind you that when you are in alignment with the Great Spirit, the answers and solutions can come quickly and you can trust them. Don't overthink a situation in order to avoid the challenge of facing a difficult truth. Fox Spirit's creative nature will always be there to guide you and help you move quickly into better circumstances. For some of you, you've gotten yourself in really tricky territory where it's like someone's holding something over your head, you owe people money, maybe people are threatening you, people are using the people that you love as like collateral, you know what I mean? And you've got yourself in a situation where you don't know how to get out of it, or you don't feel like there is a way out of it because they've got you convinced that if you tell the truth, if you ask for help, if you shine a light on what they're doing and how they're bullying you, then, like I said, they have threatened you in some way, made you feel scared that if you stand up, that if you shed a light on what they're doing, that they're going to do this or they're going to do that. And that's where you have to have that trust in spirit, right? And it goes back to the beetle. You know, there's this story that this spruce bug, this leader, this person that is threatening you, bullying you, that they're a badass, that they're willing to key your car, they're willing to flatten your tires, they're willing to set you up to get you in trouble, they're willing to harass your family. There's all these little stories and beliefs about who this person is and what they're capable of. But just like with the spruce bug, right? Came in, landed on my head, knocked him off, threw him on the ground. Came in, landed on my hair, picked him up with my hand, threw him on the ground, right? And he could have bitten me all of those times. But I kept trusting in spirit because I felt like there was a message in that bug, right? So I was open to it. And it's time for you to trust in the spiritual realm, Aries. It's time for you to let go of the limitations of the I can'ts, because if I do, then this. I can't make this choice. I can't make this change because if I do, I can't tell the truth because if I do, then this. They're going to hurt me. They're going to hurt the people I love, right? All these little stories. And I get it. They're very valid fears. And that's why it's going to take you trusting in something bigger than yourself Spirit has your back with the eagle spirit. Spirit has the ability and the capacity to see things from all points of view, from a higher perspective. Spirit can see into the things that you can't. And Spirit can guide you to the path that can get you out of the situation, but you have to trust it. And you have to be willing to just take that slow and steady step in the direction that Spirit is guiding you. Time to heal with the snake spirit, and time to collaborate. Some of you are ashamed to tell your family, your friends what's really going on. Some of you are afraid to tell them what's really going on because, like I said, someone's holding something over your head. But the collaboration here is the key. It's the key that they can really help change these circumstances. And Aries, even if you can't even find the will to express those emotions by yourself outside or getting in the car and just fucking screaming, just taking a minute to draw your attention to your heart and pat your chest like this right here. Console yourself. I am open, Spirit. If there is a way for me to get out of this situation, for me to unbind myself from these chains, I trust that you'll show it to me. I believe in something bigger than myself. Breathe into that heart. My candle just went out. Fuck. 68. Thought we were gonna get some tarot cards, but doesn't look like it. Be at home with the wombat spirit. Burrowing deep into the ground, remaining safe, sound, and well fed with family is a special trait of the wombat. Home sweet home is always available if you recognize that well-being is the truth of life. Wombat spirit reminds you that to be truly at home in the world, you need to find comfort within your own skin. You do this by accepting all your experience without judgment. Through a deep honesty and love of life, when you feel the freedom to be yourself, you can begin to truly feel at home in your life with your family and tribe. Right now, you're in a beautiful place where you can hang up the coat of your identity and settle into a true sense of home and well-being, understanding that all is well. Everything you do from this place rings true in harmony with spirit. Could it be that you're not feeling comfortable in your own skin, thinking that the only way you can be with others is to hide under the protection of a mask or identity you created to protect yourself from getting hurt? This mask or persona is supposed to make you look strong, but it really just robs you of your integrity. So for some of you to even survive in this chaos, in the circumstances of your life, in the friend group that you're in the place that you're staying. It's almost like street type shit is what I'm feeling. Even just to survive on these streets, baby, you had to create this identity for yourself, this persona, this mask, to help you feel safe in being in these environments and around these people. But it's robbing you of your soul's truth, of your integrity. And after a while, if you keep perpetuating this false sense of self, if you keep putting on the mask, you do lose touch of who you really are and what is important to you. You lose touch of your truth, because it's like you're drawing in this mask, this illusion, this protection, this identity, this persona to protect yourself on the streets. But then what happens is you push away everything that resembles who you really are, because you can't show that on the streets, right? It'll show your vulnerability, and that vulnerability can be used as your weakness against you. So, right? I'm just gonna leave that there. Wombat spirit arrives to nudge you to drop the false mask, because it is not others who will hurt you now. It is you who are hurting yourself when you aren't being authentic. It's okay though. You can course correct if you are willing to be yourself, no matter what comes. Even if others are not in agreement with your authenticity, you are safe with spirit. You are safe with spirit. So Aries, let's run it back a little bit. Look at where you are. Look at the shit you've been able to accomplish. Look at your capacity to stay alive when you've literally had nothing. No money, no friends, no safety, right? Your life's being threatened at times by the drugs that you're taking or the people that you're around. And you're still coming out successful. You're still surviving, right? And yes, there is this feeling of unfulfillment. There is the rage. There is the shame. There is the not being able to catch your breath. That is so exhausting, because you have to be on your toes every second where you are. You can't let your guard down. You're not safe to let your guard down. You have to keep on that persona to keep yourself protected, to keep yourself safe around these people in this environment, because if you show your vulnerability, they'll use it against you. And what can get you on that path, Aries, is just one choice. And then every day, it's like stopping cigarettes, okay? I would smoke my cigarette in the morning. I smoked like 2 cigs. I put my patch on. Wouldn't smoke anymore throughout the day. Did it pretty good. A few days went by. I smoked my 2 cigs. Put my patch on. Ended up taking it off. I smoked some more cigs. But the next day, I got up. I smoked my 2 cigs. I put my fucking patch on again. And then, yup, I ripped it off again, and I smoked more cigs than I wanted to. And I was disappointed in myself. But you know what? The next day, I got up, I smoked my 2 cigs, I put the motherfucking patch on again. And that day, I didn't smoke any more cigs. And the next day, I didn't smoke any more cigs. And the next week, 2 cigs a day, didn't smoke any more cigs. And then you know what? A few days later, after I've been on this roll of only smoking 2 cigs a day, that 10th, 11th day, smoked my 2 cigs, didn't put my patch on, smoked cigs all day long. And then the next day, smoked my 2 cigs, put my patch on, ripped the bitch off, smoked my cigarettes for the rest of the day. And then you know what though? Every day, even if I disappoint myself because I didn't reach my goal, I love myself anyways. and I put the fucking patch on again. Right? It's that commitment, that drive, that love for self. Or even when I fuck up, it's okay. One step at a time. Slow and steady wins the race. Thinking on my feet, well, what can I do? What could help me? Maybe let me come up with a different plan, because smoking my 2 cigs in the morning, then putting my patch on ain't really working. So maybe I can ask Spirit, can you help me? Is there a different way that I can go about this so that I can reach my goal, right? And just being vulnerable with yourself and saying, oh, I fucked up. It's okay. Let's regroup, and then be at home. So you gotta decide, what is your priority in your life? And for some of you, you just want to go home. You want your friends back. You want your kids back. You want your family back. You want to feel like yourself again, because it's like you've lost touch with who you are. You want that sensation of home inside and your family. You want that back. But for some of you, you have this idea that there's no way, it's not possible. There's too much. You're not capable. It's too intimidating. It's too challenging. And it's like giving up before you really try. Just remember that story Brooke just told you about the cigarette man. You fuck up, you do it again, put the fucking patch on. Get up the next day, put the fucking patch on. If that's the least that you can do, that commitment to loving yourself even when you fuck up, and not judging yourself, not judging other people, taking responsibility. That's the thing. That's the key, Aries. Just take some responsibility, even if it's little baby steps. Even if it's a mustard seed of trust. Commit to it. Prioritize what's important. And then take those steps. Okay? You are so capable. You're so much more capable than you have any idea. You are clever, Aries. You are smart. You are very, like a master manifester, Whatever you set your mind to, it's going to come in. It's going to happen. It's going to present itself to you. So just prioritize. Commit to what you have discovered is important to you. And commit to being authentic to yourself. And the rest will unfold. So just trust that, if that's all that you can do. Spirit, I don't want to be in this environment anymore. I don't know what to do to get out of it. Okay? Boom, that's it. That's all you got to do. And then Spirit's going to begin to show you how you can get out of it. But are you willing, and do you have the courage to take that leap of faith when that door opens? Okay? All right, Aries. I love you guys. Empress of Duality out.